Hello everybody and welcome back to the ultimate fashion history for my favorite episode every month, What We're Into. This is going to be epic. It might break the internet. Oh wait, the internet's already been broken twice this month already. However, for the first time in ultimate fashion history, we have a competition with a genuine prize. 6 of you are eligible to win, and we will be testing your fashion history. And the prize is so cool, and it will be mailed to you directly. Anyway, I am into so much this month. It's so hot, it's too hot to get the camcorder out, so I'm doing my intro just on my cell phone like this, like a 20-year-old Instagrammer. Anyway, what am I into this month? You're gonna love it.
The first thing I'm into are the Paris Haute Couture collections. Did you manage to take a look at any of them? My favorite collection was from Givenchy. These gorgeous billowing taffetas, but also some exquisitely tailored jackets and suits, but I liked those billowing taffetas and satins the best. They really reminded me of my favorite fashion history century, the sexy 17th century. Sticking with Paris, I was really into the news that the Louvre are now collaborating with various French perfume companies to release fragrances based on some of their most iconic pieces, like Le Grand Bagneuse by Ingres, and there is the fragrance. Upcoming fragrances will include perfumes inspired by Winged Victory, Fragonard's Le Verrou, and Gainsborough's Conversations in a Park. When I read this news, I started to wonder what a fragrance based on my favorite piece of art at the Louvre might smell like. My favorite piece of art at the Louvre is this one, The Battle of San Romano by Paolo Uccello from the 1400s. What would a fragrance based on the Battle of San Romano smell like? Well, I started to think about it, and I thought it might include some nutmeg and other exotic spices beloved of the Middle Ages and Renaissance. Moss. There's something sort of mossy about this painting. Cypress trees, they're all over Italy, aren't they? What about old dusty velvet? It always has that sort of powdery smell, doesn't it? I think it might include some Renaissance scents and oils, maybe the kind of oils you find in a cathedral. Some limoncello. I always think about lemon when I think about Italy, and maybe a bit of leather too. How would all of this come together? God knows, but I would love a fragrance based on my favorite painting. You should do this as an exercise. It was really great fun. Take your favorite painting and create a perfume. What else are we into? I am so into the work of legendary interior designer Carlton Varney. Of course, he ran Dorothy Draper from the 1960s onwards, and I love his work. So colorful, so joyful, that mix of tradition with really fun pops of color, stripes, and look at this, the carousel horses. I love this stuff, and perhaps it's because of Carlton Varney that this month I am really into carousel horses. I've decided they are the most beautiful things on the planet, and do you know what? You can buy them. You can buy them either vintage from actual carousels, but there are reproductions of carousel horses you can buy to decorate your home. I really need a carousel horse in my life. Rupert would say there's no room. So look, this is to show him that we do have room for a carousel horse, and doesn't it look great? And oh, look who else is in this picture. That's right, that's George, my 13-year-old stepson. This is a rare shot. He never leaves his bedroom, where he endlessly plays Fortnite and plots my demise. So this is a collector's item. What else are we into? Maybe because it's summer, but I am really into cabana stripes. Like here at this beautiful restaurant at the Wynn in Las Vegas, where we're going next month. I can't wait. I love cabana stripes at the beach, on bags, on dresses, on cups, and especially at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Did this come up on your social media feed? I am really into this very rare albino turtle that was born. He's really quite a gorgeous fellow, but he's also a very trend-forward fellow because he is working Pantone's Colour of the Year, Living Coral. You go, Guy. What else are we into? Well, of course, it's July, and later in the month it will be Shark Week, and we are all into Shark Week, right? This year, Shark Week will have its first ever scripted movie, so that's exciting. How can I tie this into fashion? Well, Vineyard Vines are collaborating with Shark Week this year and have a whole range of merch. I'm particularly excited because the evening before Shark Week kicks off, our local tiny little movie house just around the corner are having a midnight viewing of Jaws 33 millimeter. It's going to be great, and we're taking a picture of martinis. What else are we into? Reading Tatler. Years ago, when I worked as a fashion writer and fashion editor, the two magazines that I worked on, Couture and Men Mode, were part of the Tatler group, but I never read Tatler because I thought it was basically for snobs. Now that I've become an aspiring snob myself, I love Tatler, but seriously, it's absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful fashion photography and layouts, and some wonderful articles, even though there's maybe a little too much emphasis on the lesser royals. Still, that's the price you have to pay for reading Tatler. I love it. And sort of sticking with my former writing career, I've started writing articles again. I'm writing them for the Paperdoll Studio Press, their various publications. I'm having a great time. And these are beautiful magazines, really high quality with wonderful articles, pictures, ideas. I know there's so many Paperdoll fans out there in the ultimate fashion history world. I wanted to share that with you. What else are we into? Have you heard about this? The banana splits are being turned into a movie. It comes out later this year, I believe. Now, I like to think that I am the only college professor on the planet who actually shows the intro to banana splits in an accredited college course. I show it apropos to many things, to the mainstreaming of psychedelia, to bubblegum culture, but mainly just apropos to the fact that I really want to show the kids the intro to banana splits. Anyway, the feature-length movie is coming out, but here is the twist. It is going to be a horror movie. Yes, the banana splits will be wielding axes and going on a killing rampage. I have a feeling this is going straight to DVD, but I'm going to watch it. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. How can I not? What else are we into? I am really into this. Do you know what it is? I didn't know what it was when Rupert first alerted me to it. This is a watch. It's by Piguet, and it's called the Orb. And there it is on a lady's wrist. It costs close to $1 million, and I think the craftsmanship and the work on it is exquisite. I'm not sure if it's really me. It's very Game of Thrones. I don't know if it's me, but then again, having $1 million to throw away on a watch has never been really me either. But I did think it was extraordinary and really quite beautiful. What else are we into? Well, this is kind of cool. A couple of weeks ago, I got an email from Alice, the lead singer of the British band They Come For You at Night, telling me that the Ultimate Fashion History, some of the episodes and some of my ideas, had inspired their latest video. Don't Let the Night Be Starless. Check it out on YouTube. I think that's really cool. Who knew that the UFH would inspire rock pop videos? What else are we into? Oh, this is a big one. I have become totally obsessed with Giallo. Giallo, the Italian horror movies of the 60s, 70s and 80s, although I personally prefer the ones from the 60s and 70s. I'd seen a couple in the past, but it turned out that Rupert is a bit of an aficionado and has been guiding me through the world of Giallo. We must have seen 25 of them over the past couple of weeks. Things like Deep Red, Dario Argento, and The Black Belly of the Tarantula. They all have such great names, and they are so stylish. So stylish. I love the fashion in Giallo. My favorite that I've seen so far is the movie Blood and Black Lace by Mario Bava. I have never seen anything like it. The lighting, the sets, and it all takes place in the world of haute couture. And so there are some genuinely beautiful costumes, and it's sort of amazing how many giallo plots are set in the world of fashion. Hey, it's Italy, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Lots of gold, lots of red, lots of purple. And I love the way the women in giallo look with their bouffant hair and absolutely on-point eye makeup. So influenced was I by Blood and Black Lace and these interiors and all of the gold and this creepy lighting that, yep, I've gone for a giallo look for the living room. I achieved this with those fabulous light bulbs that you can program to show various colors. I think it's very giallo. What else are we into? Well, I've been watching The Last Tsars on Netflix. It's one of those Netflix originals. It's half docudrama, half talking head documentary, but it's got some great costumes. What about those Romanovs? Talk about not reading the room, right? But I like anything that features, yes, Rasputin. Rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. That doesn't even rhyme, and he wasn't her lover. But come on, I think there is a strong argument that Rasputin was the original hipster. What else are we into? Another Netflix original, Exhibit A. Have you seen it? It's about when DNA evidence goes horribly wrong. Believe it or not every forensic scientist is quite as vigilant as our good friends on CSI. Watching this show has made me scared to leave my DNA anywhere. What else are we into? I am really into this book. This is the book of Flair magazine. It is gorgeous. Flair magazine was, of course, the most beautiful publication ever. And this book that came out a couple of years ago basically reproduces all of the best of Flair, including all of the inserts, including all of the little pop-up elements like this. This is Place Vendôme, and you can pull back the doors and windows and see what's going on in each of the buildings, like here on the right, the Ritz Bar. It's gorgeous, it's inspiring, and I can't get enough of it. Well, this month I was really into the great 2019 Living Room Mirror project. All right, so you see this mirror here. This was our original mirror on the mantelpiece. It didn't work in the room. First of all of the accents are gold. This mirror is silver, and it was just too small. We then spotted this mirror, isn't it gorgeous, at an online auction, starting bid $10. We got overexcited. It sold for over $1,000. We ain't going to spend $1,000 on a mirror. So we went to HomeSense and found this. $45, and that's Canadian, that's like 35 American dollars. We brought it home, very carefully taped off the mirror, spray painted it gold, and the end result, I think, is quite spectacular, and it's certainly better than what went before. I think Joan would be proud. What else are we into? Well, about a week ago, I got a message from a fellow YouTuber called Michelle Teberge, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, saying that she discovered UFH and was really enjoying it. I checked out her channel, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Michelle is an artist, but much more than that. She's sort of an inspirational speaker as well. So positive, all about motivation and finding your inner artist. Her paintings and works on paper are lovely and meditative and gorgeous, and she has some absolutely joyful installation pieces too. But what's great about her YouTube channel is that it isn't just for artists. It's about helping people find their inner creativity, no matter what genre they wish to create in. A beautiful woman on the inside and the out, and it's all about love and positivity, and that's what I'm really into, most of all. So what else is happening this July? Well, I'm really into this town that I visited for the first time a couple of weeks ago. It's called Bayfield, and it's on Lake Huron, and it really delighted me because most of the towns that I've visited in Ontario so far haven't been very pretty, and the town I live in isn't very pretty. So to visit a town so close to me that was so lovely and so pretty was so heartening to me. It was almost like being in New Orleans. Oh, I am so into this pair of glasses by designer Francis de Lara. They're called the Eve glasses. And let me show you what's going on here. There is the serpent, as you can see there, with the apple hanging from a chain. There is somebody wearing them. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Too eccentric even for me, but they remind me quite a bit of my Egyptian Revival 1930 snake choker that I got for my birthday. What else are we into? Well, I am really into this. Look at this building. You see all of that blue on the balconies. Swimming pools. I don't think I'd fancy this one, but I think it's quite remarkable nonetheless. But you know what? You don't need a lot of money to have a balcony swimming pool. You just need a bit of ingenuity. What else are we into? Well, I'm really into the idea of the movie I'm seeing tonight, Echo in the Canyon. It's a documentary about the birth of the California Sound. You know, the Beach Boys, and then the birds, the mamas and the papas, love, the turtles. I love all of that music. I'll report back on the documentary in the Ultimate Fashion History Facebook group. And sticking to music, I've been listening to all different kinds of music this month, but Rupert and I do want to share an observation with you. XTC is probably the most underrated pop group of all time. What else are we into? Well, I am really into this. To celebrate Barbie's 60th anniversary, the Hilton in Mexico City have created a Barbie camper suite. You get to sleep in Barbie's camper. That is the pool area of the Barbie suite. There's the bathroom. There are Barbie items on the menu. Everything is pink and girly and fabulous. And this story really reminds me of my friend Laurie and her company, the Cupcake Camper. You can find her on Facebook. She operates from Madison, Wisconsin, although she does ship. And if you live in her area and you hire her for an event, to cater an event, she shows up in her pink vintage camper. It is so cool. I am really into big hair, like the fabulously big hair that Verushka has here. I am so glad that it's making a comeback on the runway. I am working on my own big hair at the moment and will report back on the level of success. Okay. Now it's time for that 60 seconds of bliss. Yes, what Annabelle's into. It's a good one this time. And I'll be back afterwards with details of that prize giveaway and the cocktail of the month, the food of the month, and the designer of the month. Okay, Annabelle, over to you.
Hello, people of the universe. So the first thing I'm into is the tie-dye drink at Starbucks. It was so beautiful. And next thing I'm into is theater acting. And I just performed a play at my summer camp that's Oliver Twist, and I was Mr. Grimwig. And those are the flowers that my people gave to me. The next thing I'm into is neonate babies. They're from Destroyer, and they're actually originally in Mexico. And there's different types of one. Yeah. And I have one actually. His name's Leo. He's a colorini one. And he's exclusive and he's so adorable. So, yes, bye, my fellow people of the universe.
Well, you all know how much I love tiki stuff, right? And last month I acquired my first set of Zendozones. Zendozones are these really gorgeous terracotta tiki heads that are citronella candle burners. And here's the thing. I don't know what the good folk at Zendozone put in those candles, but when you light them, even in the daytime, it really looks like flames are coming out of the eyes. They're extraordinary, and also they seem to keep the mosquitoes truly at bay. I've tried a million citronella candles. These ones really seem to do the trick. There are 3 Zendozones to collect: Surf and Stan, Hawaiian Howie, and Luau Lily. And by the way, these are as beautifully formed at the back of the face as on the front. And this brings us to our prize competition. The lovely tiki-tastic people at Zendozone have agreed to send 6 winners a 3-pack, all 3 of the Zendozones, as the prize for the first UFH competition. Here's how you enter. The first 6 who write to me through my website win the Zendozones. And so here is the competition. I thought I should sort of keep it in the realms of fashion history, so listen up. The first 6 people who can correctly identify this iconic designer of aloha shirts and Hawaiian print sarongs and dresses will win. Here's another clue. This is one of his dresses. Who is he? The first 6 of you who know the right answer and write in will get your Zendozones. And all of this reminds me of that fantastic Fantasy Island episode where Tattoo gets his fantasy and he is made a deity on a Polynesian island, and they build a huge tiki effigy to him. And those of you who watch What We're Into on a regular basis, you can see what I just did there, right? The food of the month comes from our favorite restaurant in Las Vegas, the legendary Golden Steer. We will be eating there next month. It's my favorite restaurant in the world, really. I loved it so much I even bought their cookbook. Our recipe comes from their cookbook, and it's basically creamed spinach with a twist. Make your creamed spinach the way you always make it, with butter and heavy cream and parmesan and shallots, and we use, as does the Golden Steer, just those little frozen boxes of chopped spinach. Make it like you usually do, and then add a whole heap of Pernod. You will not believe the difference it makes. The cocktail of the month is the classic gin and tonic. Why? Well, for the past month or so, I've been on one of those awful, boring, low-carb diets. The good news is I've lost about 12 or 13 pounds. The bad news is I have to drink gin and tonic. Gin, no carbs. Diet tonic, no carbs. But you can actually make a diet G&T quite pleasant if you use quality tonic water. We like the Fever Tree range. And the designer of the month is the suave and always lovely Oscar de la Renta. He was a July baby, and here are just some of the reasons that we love Oscar.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode of What We're Into here on The Ultimate Fashion History. You can contact me through my website, amandahalle.com. Join our Facebook group. We always have loads of fun over there. Check out our books at Dean Street Press. I'll be back very soon with more episodes on the UFH. So, as always, thanks for watching, and turn your air conditioners up, for goodness sake.